Hello and welcome to Talking on the Couch, our weekly podcast where we talk about random facts from around the world, random laws from around the world, and the latest tech news from this week. Remember to check out our other channels. So we got the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitch, the Twitter, the Discord, the YouTube. Although it's not Twitter, is it? It's X, and I keep meaning to change that.
Yep.
And I actually forgot. Also, remember to join us on Discord. I need to change that link. Yeah, remember to join us on Discord where you can have a chat to us. It's the first link, which is TGS39DNUB3. That will get you onto our Discord. Do not use the PDX2 one because that won't get you onto our Discord. That's the old link. I actually thought I changed that, but I must have forgot. And
But he
remember,
didn't.
if you want to donate to us, you can donate to us via the Streamlabs link. That is, all of these links are below all of our shorts and videos that we put onto YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So yeah, but remember, join our Discord. Walker wants to talk to you. He likes it.
I do.
Right,
Hello, everybody.
So talking on the couch, week 14, Sporker. 14 whole
14.
weeks.
14
That's
weeks.
like a third of a year.
Yeah, that's loads of time.
28, 42. Well, 10 weeks off a third of a year. That's too long. Too long to be doing a podcast. I'm getting old. Right. Anyway, so
My hair's gone grey dealing with you.
Shall we start off with some random laws then from around the world?
Yep.
I'll let you go first.
I'm going for Australia this week.
Okie dokie.
In New South Wales, in Australia, that's where Sydney and all is,
it's
illegal to lock your car keys inside an unattended vehicle.
Because we all do that on purpose.
Yeah, like nobody's ever done that, like by accident. Like,
oh no, we all get out the car and walk off and then think, oh right, I got to leave my keys inside the car where they're useless.
But can you actually lock your keys in a car now?
But how do you lock your keys in the car?
I don't think you can now.
No, how do you?
Like, I can't lock my keys into my car.
I suppose you could if you've got two sets.
Well, why would you have two sets of keys? Like, that's just silly.
In my case, if I've got my set of keys on me and Mary has her set of keys on her,
why would she leave them in the car that the keys belong to? Because that's just asking for somebody to rob your car.
Seat or something.
That's just asking for somebody to rob your car.
It is, considering mine's got the. I don't know. There's a new technology in the keys. I say new, 2 years old. Where basically the key it's a keyless start, so I don't need to put the key in or anything. I don't know why it's called keyless because the key's definitely got to be there. There's definitely a key involved. It's just a wireless key, so it's not keyless, is it? Because I need the key. But it's if that key isn't moving, it doesn't broadcast the signal.
Yeah.
Which is just anti-theft. So you know when people walk past your house and they use that key scanner, and it will detect the frequency, and then they can get into your car. Well, my key, you can't do that. That's fine.
But if your key is in your car's not going to lock, then is it?
Well, yeah, if you've got the second set of keys, and they're not going to see it if it's out in your coat pocket. But if you're just leaving it on the dashboard with a sign saying "Enter me." Which
if they went
else,
seen a coat on the back seat of your car and go, I want that coat, so they smash the window and rob the coat, and then they find the car keys and go, these are car keys for that car, and just
Merry
smash
Christmas.
the windows.
I've done one crime, I might as well go all the way now.
Thanks for the expensive electric car.
Yeah, but that would be their downfall because my car's got a tracker inbuilt to it.
Yeah, I know, but they've got trackers in GTA as well, and they don't work.
Yeah, it's true. And an immobilizer, actually.
Well, the immobilizer wouldn't work because they've got the key.
No, the police have the code and stuff. So what happens now in my car is I can go onto the app and find a code for the car. And if my car ever gets stolen, I ring the police, give them that code. They put it into their system and it immobilizes the car.
Cool.
So that's great if they're traveling at 70 down the motorway.
Features. Yeah, they suddenly jam on.
Brakes just slam on. 5-car pilot.
Car cries out.
You see my car on the news upside down. No, that's a write-off now, isn't it? Great.
Or it's done in the middle of the winter when the roads are icy and you end up with a 3 mile crash.
Cause millions of pounds worth
Yeah.
of backlog. Just because, and then I go, oh no, sorry,
You
my bad. Oh dear.
you see, I don't know how that works with your insurance.
Would it'd be a crime, wouldn't it? So I would be insured.
Yeah. Yeah, but you'd obviously your insurance company pays out because your car is stolen. But then if your
Yeah,
car also causes a crash, does the insurance company pay out for that
yeah,
crash as well?
yeah. Because the person who committed the crime then pays towards it, and the insurance company pays towards it. It's a criminal thing at that
Yeah.
point. The police have their own insurance as well. So
That's what I
when
mean. Like you obviously couldn't be liable if like you've like
I don't know, they'd
said,
find a way. But no,
yeah, I know they'd find a way, but like I mean, it's hardly going to like affect your no claims bonus. And it's like, yeah, I see here you had a claim for like £15 million. Is that correct? I was like, yeah, but my car was stolen. So at
well,
that point, is your insurance on that car voided?
no, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. Over here, this is the way I think it works. I've never really looked into it in depth, but if your car's stolen, you ring the police, all that sort of
Yeah.
crap, and you ring the insurance. Insurance company then gives it so long for the police to actually find it, and after so long, they'll say, "They haven't found your car. Here's your payout. You've made that claim." Then, if the
Oh
police
yeah, that's
find
fine.
if the police find your car and it's involved in a road traffic collision, or an RTC, and
Oh.
even if it was down to them chasing it, which means it crashed, or if it's just down to idiot drivers or whatever, the police then, if it's the person just being an idiot and they've crashed, you would claim for it because someone's stolen your car and you weren't at fault. You would claim it under yours, so you'd lose a no claims
No,
if it's
I
not
don't mean
protected.
that. Like, I mean
But if the
that's
police are
like,
chasing it and it
yeah.
then crashes because of the police chase, the police have their insurance and they would put it under their insurance. So then you wouldn't lose your no claims for it
So
if
I
it's under
assume
the
then, well,
police.
you'd lose your no claims bonus because you've reported the car stolen. So you're making the claim for the stolen car
You
anyway.
wouldn't lose your no claims bonus though, because it's not
Why?
coming through your insurance; it's coming through the police insurance.
No, that's what I mean. Say if your car was just stolen and it was burnt out somewhere, you're
Oh,
still
then you.
claiming for the theft of your car.
I know insurance companies are clever on this. Obviously, what they do over here, and I think it's the same in Ireland, is you can protect your no claims bonus.
Oh yeah, yeah, they've got that
Yeah.
bullshit over here too.
Yeah, which means you give them a little bit extra.
Yeah,
But
for absolutely nothing.
I think you can if you've made I think you can make like one or two. I think it's one claim. It could be two claims before it actually affects your no claims bonus over here as well.
Now mine has like simple stuff like say windscreen replacement and stuff. That doesn't affect your no claims bonus or like breakdowns and stuff like that. That doesn't affect it. But any sort of damage that has to be paid out to another car or something, that's you lose your no claims bonus straight away.
So what I don't understand actually is with my insurance, I got breakdown cover.
Hmm.
And on my breakdown cover, any roadside repairs and any repairs are supposed to be included in it. So, regardless of
Yeah.
what happens, the company would come out. I'm not going to name the company, but they'd come out and they'd take my car to the garage and it'd go get fixed and I'd get it back. Depending on
Hmm.
how much that cost, I'd either go through the insurance or I would pay it out of my own money. But
Yeah.
it happened when I had my little car years ago and I had to pay everything. Even though
Even
it
the
still went
towing
through the
fee.
insurance and it still counted as a claim, I had to pay for all the repairs.
I think you got had with that.
I apparently it's part of their insurance policy. Apparently that's what they did, which I was a little bit annoyed about that because I just said to them, "What's the?" I didn't go with them again after that. But what's the point of
No,
that then?
like if I get breakdown assistance on my car, like I have it with my insurance, it's sort of the same as like what the RAC or the AA does.
Or green
That's
flag,
that's
or any other roadside
yeah, like
assistance
just
you
a
may want to
breakdown
purchase.
service. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just citing them two as examples. That's all they do. Like they're not gonna, they're not. You're not. You still have to pay to get your car fixed, but they'll come out and they'll do like if your battery is dead or something, they'll change that out or whatever, or
My
charge it.
battery was dead on my car, which was one of the things that had gone wrong, but that had caused other problems. And I had to pay 140 quid like 10 years ago to get the battery changed.
That's a lot. That's a large price for the battery. Because my battery went. I remember I was telling you a couple of months ago the battery went in my car,
Yeah, you've got
and
the
I
same size
called.
as what mine was back then.
Yeah, and I called the company. But my battery is more expensive anyway because it's a start-stop battery. They're more expensive apparently than just a regular battery.
They're exactly the same as regular batteries. It's just the company wanted to screw you over.
Yeah,
But yeah, what was your law again? Don't leave your keys locked in a car.
you're not allowed to leave your keys
Oh,
locked in the car.
you're not allowed. So there you go. In Australia, in what
It's
city?
illegal. As just the entirety of New South Wales, which is a region of Australia.
So there you go. The county of New South Wales. I'm going to presume it's a
Yeah,
county.
but it's like quarter of the country.
Yeah, it's a big county then.
Yeah,
In fact, I think that quarter of the country, that single county or whatever it would be bigger than the entire of the UK.
probably bigger than the entire of Europe. Australia's gigantic.
It is. Well, it's bigger than the
People,
moon, as we found out
I think,
a few months
yeah, I
ago.
don't think people actually realize how big Australia is.
It is a huge place.
Yeah.
Um, people, I'm gonna trek across Australia. No, you're not.
No,
No,
no.
you're not. Don't do it. Don't be stupid. Anyway, yep. So there you go. That's that law. I need to unlock my phone because it's locked while I've been sitting here. There we go. Right. Since as you said Australia, I'm going to go with Austria.
Struth throwing out a shrimp on the barbie.
I'm going with Austria this time.
Mm-hmm.
In Austria, not Australia, in Austria. You know where that man that styled himself after Charlie Chaplin comes from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, you,
Only had
you
one testicle, apparently.
he did because one of them's in the Albert Hall. The other is with his mother, and the third, I don't know. Apparently, he's got three
Yeah.
according to that song. But anyway, he's in Austria. You can be kicked off a train for making out with somebody or eating food that's too smelly.
Eating food that's like what? Like a really, really smelly bag of cheese and onion, like.
I don't know how. I don't know if there's like a
Like,
smell
is it
scale
has
that
to
they've
be
got to
like
go
a
by.
bad, like, is it a bad smell? Like, if it was something that really smelled good,
Oh, that's true.
like like a bacon
I
sandwich
don't
or
know.
something.
I don't because if you're on a train and something smells really nice and you're sitting there going, "That smells really nice, that does," and you
Yeah.
know you've got another 2 3 hours on this train, that's going to annoy you more than a bad smell.
You go get a sandwich from the food cart.
Have you seen the prices of food on trains now?
I
You
don't
think
think there
I'm
is
made of
food
money?
carriages on trains in this
No, I
country.
just take my own packed lunch.
I no, I don't think there's literally now. Look, I think they've only just restarted the tea service on some trains.
I was here about food carriages for years. I don't know if they stopped it during the vid, but
Yeah, you see, like I think the longest train journey in this country is like 3.5 hours long. So
I don't know what the longest train journey in the UK is. I bet it's a while though, because it would take you.
substantially longer because you can go from like Glasgow or
That's what I
Edinburgh
was
to
about
like
to say.
London.
Longest train journey. Well, I think the one in the world's like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's like the Orient Express type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Aberdeen to Penzance, and it's 13 hours to complete.
Jesus.
I mean, that's quite a lot. But then you could probably actually. That's a single train though. That's a direct
Yeah.
journey, because I know where Aberdeen is, and there is places further north in Scotland.
Mm.
Aberdeen's quite north, but not as north as where my family's from. But yeah, so that one's 13 hours. But in Austria, you can get kicked off for a smelly food. I think they mean more like, when you remember when you used to work a long time ago and you get to the break room and
Vaguely, yeah.
someone would pull out like a tuna pasta
Yeah,
or
so bad
sardines.
smells. Yeah, so
Yeah,
bad smells.
like
Yeah, the
yeah.
longest train route the longest single train journey that you can take in Ireland is from Dublin to Tralee. It's 206 miles long.
That's a good distance. That's like from here, well, from the Midlands to London, choosing.
But the longest multi-leg journey that you can take is from Enniskillen to Rosslare Harbour. It's 585 miles.
Is that just going round Ireland?
No, it's just you have to get different trains because we don't have the same sort of train network as they have in the UK.
I didn't know because trains over here are terrible as well. I'm just gonna.
We just don't. We don't have like private companies or anything over here operating trains, and most lines are single track.
I don't want. I'm just looking at London Euston to Fort William. No, that's not right. I'm literally just looking through what a I don't know, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so it'd be like going from like London to Manchester and then Manchester to like Edinburgh or something. Like you'd have to get two different
Oh no,
trains.
yeah, I get what you mean by the multi-leg. I was just wondering what ours would be, because that's what I was on about when I said this place is further north. So you could get a train from
Yeah.
Penzance to Aberdeen, and then you could keep going up. I'm pretty sure Fraserburgh is further north than Aberdeen, but
But does
you'd
it have
need
a
to get
train
another.
line?
Yeah, they do, but I'm sure they do. Then you'd go further up, so it'd be multi-leg. Or you could just like get a London Midland train, and then it might come 2 days later.
Mm.
So you do half your journey, get a train, or what I used to do, which was Birmingham to Northampton when I was at uni, and you'd get all the way to Rugby, which is one of the stops along the way, where you're literally 10 minutes away on the train, and then you'd have to get off the train and do a rail replacement for another hour. So they've just added an hour onto my journey. So that made an hour long journey into 2 hours. Thanks, London Midland. I don't know if they still do that. But yeah, so that one oh, you know what? I was just thinking of this actually. Um, what about if you're making out with someone? Because it says making out with someone or eating something too smelly. What about if you make out with someone and then eat the person that you was? Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
that's it.
Let's not go down that route. Or people will need to get age verified to listen to this podcast.
You want to eat something fishy just after you've made someone out. Anyway, yeah, right. Go on. We'll do your next law, but make this one quick.
Okay, okay. In Victoria, in Australia, singing an obscene song or ballad in a public place is an offence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So in Victoria in Australia,
Yeah, it's another region of Australia.
I think I have vaguely heard of this law before. I know where Victoria is. Isn't? Where's the capital of Australia?
Uh,
Is that Perth?
fucking no, it's not Perth. Canberra.
Oh yeah,
It's
but
not a city that you'd think would be the capital.
no, what? No,
Like
yeah.
it's one of the
You
big
think
cities.
Sydney would be the capital,
It's
but
not
no.
like Sydney or Melbourne or Perth. Are the three cities that everybody's heard of.
Yeah, yeah. But, so what? You can't just like have a sing along.
With an obscene song, like so you can't have like a dirty limerick or anything like.
Such a brilliant one from Canada where you can't say a certain word. Um, yeah, you can't say it in Canada because that's just plain old wrong. I can't remember who sings that now. But I don't know.
Shut your face, Uncle.
I'm pretty sure because globally, like singing and music and stuff comes from the performing arts, which
Yeah,
historically comes back from the all the way back to the ancient Greek and maybe before. We've had
yeah.
performers and entertainers for a long, long time, and throughout the entire of history, you've always had poetic license. So you would use
Hmm.
swear words or profanity to
Yeah.
express a certain emotion.
But like,
So you could
there's
express
songs
anger.
like that song, like is a 50 Cent that sings that song Candy Shop?
Take you to the candy shop.
Yeah,
Let you
is
lick
that an
on my
obscene
yeah,
song?
let you lick on my lollipop is
Yeah.
way
Or that
worse
Khalees
than
song, Milkshake. My milkshake brings all the
all the
boys to
boys
the
to the
yard. They're
yard and
like,
they're like, it's better
yeah,
than ours, and I'm like,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. That I think that's probably worse than saying crap because are they
Yeah.
counting that as a swear word or
Well, it
profanity?
says an obscene song or ballad.
How many ballads do you know? They're just going, fuck, yeah.
No, but
That's
you know, like there's like rhymes and stuff like that, like they're like children's rhymes that the words have been changed to make them dirty, and like
oh,
suggestive songs like
you mean like My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. You mean like that?
Yeah,
Or I'll let you lick on my lollipop.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I get what you mean by that. But yeah, I don't know why there'd be like a ban because if used
Like I
in the
don't know why
correct
you get like an
context,
offence, like you get a fine for it.
in fact, Shakespeare, a very famous example, and I cannot remember the name of the play now. Is it Twelfth Night? I think it might be Twelfth Night. I can't remember. Where the one of the characters is basically talking to one of the maids and whatever, and he wants to
Mm.
sleep with her, and he says some people. God, it's about greatness. Greatness is thrust upon some people, and he basically makes an innuendo towards the other person, and some people
Hmm.
have greatness thrust upon them, and he throws his hip in. Would that be
Yeah,
seen as
yeah.
profanity? Because he's obviously,
If you was
and
singing it,
if
then
he was
yeah,
singing it, it becomes profanity.
yeah,
So in a
obscene.
sense, they couldn't have Shakespeare then, could they? In
Well, no, it's
Victoria,
singing an obscene song or ballad in a public place.
what's him called from The Witcher? Oh God, I can't remember his name now. You know the game, The Witcher. Dandelion.
Yeah.
He's a bar ballad, isn't he? He goes around singing songs, and I'm pretty sure he swears in some of his as well. But yeah, anyway, so that's Sporker's Law. Do you want to say your law again?
Okay, I just put in this Google search for obscene songs, and the very first one that came up was Candy Shop.
There you go then. So they can't have that song in Victoria, according to this.
Yeah.
But go on, do you want to say your law again?
Yeah, so singing an obscene song or a ballad in a public place in Victoria in Australia is an offence.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Doesn't. Right,
No.
my one in London, it's illegal to carry a plank of wood along the pavement unless you're unloading
Okay.
it from a vehicle. You're allowed to unload your plank from the vehicle, but you're not allowed to just walk down the street holding a plank of wood.
Okay, is there any restriction on the size of the plank of wood?
Nope, just no plank of wood. I suppose it'd have to be over a certain size, otherwise it'd be a stick.
Well, no, because a stick and a plank are two completely different things.
What's the difference between a stick and a plank?
Well, a plank is like a floorboard or like a skirting board. That would be a plank of wood. A
No, a
stick's
plank
just
is
the bit
essentially
that
a
comes.
treated stick.
It's not a stick though. It's flat.
Yeah, but some twigs are flat. There's a bonsai tree that gives flat wood during the branches and stuff.
Yeah, but not like that. You could floor your house in it.
Well, no, but that's completely different wood anyway, isn't it? But
It's
in fact, all right, let's see what Google says. Good old Google.
yeah.
You're using Siri, aren't you?
No,
I thought you was using the iPad.
I'm using like my phone, but like
Oh, make sure it doesn't kick me for idling. What is the difference between like a stick?
a stick is a piece of wood, typically smaller than a branch and larger than a twig, that is broken off a tree. A
Plank.
plank
Oh,
is a large rectangular piece of sawn timber, which
sawn.
is
So
often
there we go.
smooth. Huh?
So a plank has been sawn and smoothed off. That
Yeah.
would
So a
be the
plank is
difference.
processed wood.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it was treated wood. Essentially, it's a treated stick. That's essentially what it is. But
Mom's a treated stick.
so typical, yeah, whatever. Um, okay, yeah. So that'd be so you couldn't have like a really small one because it would no longer be a plank. Or
Why
could
not?
you? What about? Yeah, I suppose you could actually if it's been
You could
treated.
have a really small plank of wood.
Yeah, just like in between your
Fucking
two
useless
fingers.
everywhere. It's in your pocket. And I was like, you
And
carry it.
if
Huh?
it's in your
I don't
pocket, you're
carry
not
weapons.
carrying it.
I mean a plank. Yeah, because you can carry a weapon, and it could be in
That's
a
true. Yeah,
holster. So
but
you could
isn't
have a
that
plank holster.
yeah? But isn't that slang? The actual phrase comes from carrying it in the holster.
Yeah, you're still carrying it.
Uh, I don't know if it counts if you're carrying it in your pocket. I suppose it would. Yeah, I'm going to give it to you. Yeah.
And
So
what
yeah.
happens if you're like concerned about the environment? So you only drive a certain distance and
Well,
then
this is
walk the
what
rest
I
of
was
the
going
way
to
with the
say.
planks of wood?
If you had like if one of your if one of your floorboards say broke in your house
Yeah.
and you wanted to repair it and the B&Q or DIY shop near you was literally like next door around the corner. So you thought, oh, I'm not going to
Hmm.
drive there because it's there. So you've walked, you've done your health some good, and you've just carried it back. You'd then be arrested.
Yeah, but I
But
think that would probably count the same as unloading it out of your vehicle, though.
but you didn't have a vehicle to begin with, so how could it be unloading it out your
And
vehicle?
what's the limitation of the distance from unloading it from the vehicle to the place where it's going?
I
Because you're talking
presume a
about
curb.
London here.
I presume
Yeah,
a curb length.
but you're talking about London, like you might not only get parking like 5 streets away.
Oh, that's true as well. Yeah,
You
mm,
know?
because yeah, see, they haven't thought this law through after.
No, they have not.
That they need
I,
to go.
I've
They need to go back and do
I've
this.
picked so many holes in that in the last
Yep.
like 10 seconds. So
Yeah, they need to go. They need to go back and look at that law because I just I just don't understand why that has to be a law in the first place. Who's walking around with a
it's
plank of
just
wood on their shoulder?
yeah.
It's
And why was it such a common thing,
they had to
disturbing
make a
so
law
many
about it.
people that they had to make a law about it?
At some point, someone just walked down the street and there's just like loads of people just all with planks
Yeah.
turning and hitting each other in the heads like
Or like the mayor of London
rolling
was walking
hard.
through that's it. I can't stand all these people
Yeah.
walking around planks
Make a
anymore.
law about this now. Anyway, so yeah, that one. It's in London. It's illegal to carry a plank of wood along the pavement unless you're unloading it from a vehicle. So we'll move on to. I think you named this one, didn't you? Factual facts. I couldn't find any copyright on it, so I've gone with what you said.
Fantastical facts.
Fantastical facts.
That's a
No,
good
you
one.
said factual facts, and then I said I'd have
No,
to
I didn't
look at
say
the.
factual fact because obviously by the nature of it, a fact is factual.
Yes, but that's what you said, and I said I'd have to
I
look
said
into it before, and then you said, "Oh well,
fascinating,
I'll do factual facts then."
fascinating facts is
Fascinating,
what
right?
I actually said.
I'm writing it down because you know what I'm
Yeah.
like. I have no idea how to spell fact there. Oh, I spelled it correctly. Cool. Right. So, okay, this is going to be fascinating facts where we look at facts from around the world that just are generally interesting for people to know, really.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll go with your one first. My one's so
Okay.
typical English, my first one. But go on,
I'm
let's go
doing
with yours.
all. I'm doing all animal facts this week.
Oh, all two of them.
Hmm. Hmm. Yep.
Go on.
So my first one is: it is physically impossible for a pig to look up into the sky.
Yeah, probably.
No, they actually pass out and die.
I don't know.
They do. It's whatever way the veins and nerves are in their neck. If they actually physically look up, they pass out. That cuts off the blood flow to their brain.
Would physically look at if I was to pick a pig up and point its head towards the sky.
That's not them physically looking up at the sky.
Well, it would be
That's
them
you point.
physically looking up because
That's
they're still looking up towards the sky.
that's you pointing a pig. It can't physically do it itself.
Okay, okay. What about if they're on a hill?
They still can't look up in the sky. They have to look
But
down.
if they're looking, pigs walk backwards up hills, do they?
Yeah. No, they walk with their heads down.
Just reversing pig.
Yeah.
um. Okay, that's. I don't
Yeah.
understand that. Well,
So basically, when their head is in a locked forward position, like the same way that we'd be looking forward, they can't raise their head up to look up at the sky.
it's their spine. It's their spines that stop them, but they can look up. They just can't do it easily.
Yeah.
So they can't. Um they can't look vertically up because their spines
Yeah.
physically won't allow them. But they can look up at the sky because the sky is.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with them going like, oh, I'm going to burn to death if I look at the sky. It's not like a vampire thing or something that they turn to dust.
Apparently, they can lie down and look at the sky too. Because there's lots
Mm.
of pigs all lying down, going, "Look at those stars. How cool are
That
those stars?"
cloud looks like a person, and it
What
weighs
am
a
I?
million kilos.
What am I other than a rasher of bacon and a few sausages? Um, anyway,
And a pork loin.
and a vegetarian saying that. But yeah, they can. It's because I just want to make sure the fact is correct. You are correct in the sense that they can't look vertically up,
Yeah.
and yeah. because their
That's what
spine doesn't
that's what
allow
I
them
mean.
to.
It's not like under extreme circumstances or variables like that where they're pointed up to the sky.
Because to be
It's in
fair,
their normal day-to-day operation of a pig. They can't bend their heads up
to
to look at
be
the sky.
honest, I don't think a pig has ever gone, I really wish I could look at the sky.
Yeah.
I just, oh, look at that cow over there looking at the sky. Well, why can't I look at the
For
sky? So
for most
unfair.
pigs, they just don't even know the sky exists.
Yeah. Well, they probably do. They just don't really think, oh, look, there's the sky and there's the sky. They think, what's for dinner? Where can I take a crap? Oh, the corner. Let's
Mm.
go then. You know, pigs are
Yeah,
actually
I
really
don't think.
clean, and they only ever defecate in the corner of the barn. They don't like do
Yeah,
whatever
the
they
whole
like.
thing about pigsties is a really common misconception. They're
You know,
actually quite clean animals.
they're one of the closest to humans as well, genetically speaking, if not the closest,
Yeah.
which is
Their
interesting to me.
eyeball, their eyeball is so genetically close to a human eyeball that people doing optical surgeries and stuff practice on pigs'
Yeah.
eyes.
Diabetes, insulin used to be produced from pigs.
Hmm.
Not anymore. It's now all synthetic, but it used to be produced from
I
pigs.
think in certain cases you can. In certain cases, they still have to use pig insulin.
They can't anymore. It's been proven to cause cancer. That's the last
Yeah, I know.
article I read from
But
it. But
if you're allergic to synthetic insulins, they have to use pig
I
insulin.
just,
They don't have a
I
choice.
don't think you'd
It's
be
sort of the
allergic to all of them. There's thousands on the market. From yeah,
yeah, well, it can happen.
I suppose it could in a very, very, very rare
Yeah,
circumstance.
that's what I mean. It's still available. It's still an available option for them to
What
use.
if
It
they
would
even
have to be
still
an
produce it?
extra.
Actually,
Well, they
do
don't
they?
produce it. They just extract it from a pig. I
That's what I
assume
want to.
pigs still produce it.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. But I'm just having a look. Oh yeah, they do. You're right. Some people still use pig insulin, but it's not as common as it once was, having been largely replaced by synthetic insulin
Yeah,
and insulin analogues. Well, most major manufacturers have discontinued animal insulins in many countries. They're still available in some regions, such as the UK, where a smaller supplier continues to produce them in cartridges for use in pen devices. I know that mine's synthetic, because I will
yeah.
not be happy if
And
I
you see,
found out.
there's them nut jobs as well that don't like taking any synthetic medicines.
Yeah. Well, there you
Like if
go
you've
then.
got like a fierce belief about that, like you're just gonna inject pig goo into you instead.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Spoker's interesting fact, which turned into like 20 facts there, that pigs can't look
Yep.
vertically up to look directly up into the sky. That's,
Now you all now you all know everything about pigs, and they also make delicious sandwiches.
uh, unless you're
They don't
vegetarian.
actually physically make them. You cut them up and put them into the
You
sandwich.
know, when I was younger, we went to the farm, and
Yeah.
I remember standing there. I was with Mary. I was in a relationship with my now wife, but we weren't married at that time. Was there at the farm and was looking at the pigs, and my mom was going, "Oh, look how clever and amazing that! Look how brilliant that is!" And the first thing she did was walk across the path to the calf and said, "I'll have a sausage sandwich, please." And I just looked at her and went, "30
Yep.
seconds, mom, 30 seconds." Anyway, yeah. So my first fact of the podcast, and this one does need to be really quick. Uh,
Yep.
Tea is the second most popular beverage worldwide. So not just in the UK, worldwide. In fact, in the
Mm.
UK, it's probably
It's
first.
probably the
But
most popular.
yeah, but
Same as Ireland. Like
yeah, but tea
we do like a cup
worldwide
of
the
tea.
second. Most Americans only know a very limited type of tea. They've never had like a proper cup of tea. They don't put milk in it for some weird reason.
No, and they have like weird. They use all like herbal teas and stuff rather than
Yeah.
just like a proper tea bag.
Don't they microwave it though? Because they don't have kettles.
They surely have kettles because they
They
make
don't have
coffee.
kettles in America.
So what do they do with coffee?
They use like machines and they put they make boiling water. I'm sure they microwave it.
The last time I was in America, there was a little kettle in my hotel room.
That's continental though, isn't it?
No, it was in America.
No, yeah, I mean, because yeah, right.
And isn't everything from a continent?
Okay, right. I've just
You
googled it.
can't just go, it's continental. Everything's from a continent.
Right, yeah, but you know, I'm a continental breakfast, but I've just googled it, so I'm going to read a section of both parts here, because otherwise I'll be going on for
Okay.
hours. Americans make tea by heating water and pouring it over a tea bag or loose tea in a mug or pot. Okay, that's fine. Often adding milk, so they do sometimes use milk, but it's not.
Hmm.
So, general hot tea preparation. So this is how according to this, if you're American, let us know. Is this how you make a cup of tea? Heat water. The most common method is heating water in a microwave.
Sick freaks.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Use a
What's wrong with
kettle.
them?
Just use a kettle. Don't. They're literally like
But like,
5 quid over here. You could
doesn't
order
the
one off
water have to
Amazon.
be at like 85 degrees to make a proper cup of tea?
And also,
I read that
I,
somewhere. I think it could be true. It could be a complete fucking lie. But
yeah, it needs to be a certain temperature to. But
yeah,
the a kettle boils at around. It's just under 100 degrees. It doesn't actually get to 100 degrees, and then
that
it
doesn't
very
boil.
rapidly cools down. So you probably would be having
Yeah,
it at 80 degrees, something like that. So that
yeah.
would make sense.
So the
But yeah,
kettle doesn't boil then.
it just, oh God, this is the complication with
Yeah, it's sort
boiling
of like when you
water.
instead of saying so in future when I'm saying you stick the kettle on to boiled areas, so will you stick the kettle on to
Because
nearly boiled, please?
certain bits of it does boil because water boils at different temperatures. So one bit of the water could have hit boiling, whereas another bit wouldn't have
Yeah.
hit boiling, which is why you get bubbles underneath and then on top and everywhere because it all depends on the pressure surrounding it and all. Like if you go up the top of a
And
mountain
in
and boil
general, in a
water,
kettle, it's just where the thermostat is. It'll knock the
yeah,
kettle off when it gets to 100 degrees at the
yeah,
thermostat. So,
yeah. But if you boil water at the top of a mountain, it can go as low as 0 degrees before it boils. Water
hmm
boils at different temperatures depending on how high up you are and the Earth's atmosphere and all that sort of crap. So that's why kettles don't actually go to 100 degrees. Some of them go higher than 100 degrees actually, depending if you get a special one because of how quickly they can cool down afterwards once you pour the water out. But yeah, it's complicated.
mm.
But there you go then. So that was my fact. Oh,
My
the most
brother used to
popular.
have a tea maker.
Do you know what the most popular beverage is worldwide?
Mm, Guinness.
Water.
That's just a stupid thing.
It's just so obvious, isn't it? That you,
Yeah,
you
that's
wouldn't-
just
didn't even say it
stupid.
because it was so obvious. It's water, most popular beverage worldwide.
Yeah,
If
is
you,
it a beverage though? I wouldn't class water as a beverage.
well, it is.
Water's an ingredient.
Water's not. Well, it's an ingredient too, yeah. But that's like saying that is milk not a beverage? Is milk an ingredient?
No, it's an ingredient. It's
It's
not even an
also
ingredient.
a
We're not
glass
even
of
supposed to be
cold milk
drinking
would
it.
be a beverage.
We're not even supposed to be drinking it. That's
No,
for
we're
the
not.
baby cows.
We are the only species in recorded history that have
Yeah,
ever drank milk from a different species and
yeah, I know.
drank milk after being an adolescent, so after being a
I
baby.
want, I want to know what the person who decided milk tasted nice was doing under that
Oh
cow.
yeah, what was he? Was yeah, and that's again the ancient Greek had goat milk recipes. Anyway, yeah, your next one because we are massively over time now
Yeah,
again.
again,
But go
and it's
on,
because of you.
you're
Okay,
next. Your next one.
cat urine glows under a black light.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah,
So you know in like Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Nightmares where he goes into the hotel room and he shines the black light all over the sheets and there's all the
yeah.
glowing stains and stuff. Like the
It
excuse
could
could
be
be, oh
cat
yeah, the
piss. Yeah,
cats got in there. It
well,
wasn't somebody just jacking off. Like it was the cats.
it could be the cat just walking around. But it's not. Black lights don't just make things glow just randomly. It's
They do, yeah.
phosphates and stuff,
No, they
isn't
do.
it? It's
No.
phosphates and proteins and stuff that bioluminescent light. That's all a black light is. So
Yep.
yeah, in cats' urine is from the kidneys, and they've got phosphates in urine, and they've got proteins in the urine. So why wouldn't it glow under a black light? Of course it would. Fuck,
Human
that's so
pee doesn't
obvious.
glow. Human pee doesn't glow under a black light.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
No, Google it. I'm sure it does because there's protein in human urine as well. This is Google hates me. They'd look at my search
Yeah.
history and just go, "What is he on this week?" Just human urine glow. It depends. Uh, uh, Yes, pea glows under a black light due to the phosphorus and protein in it, which causes it which causes it to fluorescence a bright yellow or greenish colour. So yes, it does glow under black lights. That's what it
So
did.
I literally could have said any animal then.
Yeah, yeah. Any animal, as
Cool.
long as it's not
Urine
dead.
glows under a black light.
Yeah, yeah,
Urine
pretty
glows
much.
under a black light.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But so, and it's basically if you ever want to find out if there's an organic compound in a room, use a black light because it will make any organic compound glow as long as it's
Yeah.
got protein still in it, which protein lasts for a very,
An
very long time.
invisible marker, if you want to check for invisible marker.
I can't remember why invisible marker glows under a black light. I'm sure that's to do with
It's just the
phosphates, actually.
ingredients in it, probably.
Yeah, I think that's the phosphorus coming through. I can't remember. I'm not googling it now because I need to move on.
No.
Right, did you
Yeah.
know, Sporker? Did you know? In his life, Vincent van, and some people pronounce it Van Gogh, some people say Gough. I'm not going into that debate. Did you know that Vincent, the famous painter, only ever sold a single painting in his life, which was called The Red Vineyard, to a Belgian painter collector, Anne Boscher, for
Mm.
400 francs in 1890?
I did know that. Do you know how I knew that, Lance?
Because I sent it to you earlier.
Yep. It's the
um,
same. It's the same thing with like most like really famous artists. They don't get
and
famous until they die.
yeah, that's a bit shit though, isn't it? Because like,
Yeah. Like I know like artists now, like because there's a lot more of them that like their paintings sell, but not for like huge money.
like
Like,
Banksy.
well, no, that's the exception to the rule, really.
Yeah, because
That Banksy's still alive and his paintings are selling
yeah.
for millions. Like
Uh,
that is really the exception to the rule. Like because
see,
most of them don't.
I'm not very good when it comes to the art world. I just don't understand art, to be honest.
No.
Because art, the
I can
value of art
appreciate
is
somebody who
in
paints like a good picture of like a seascape or like a
no.
building or something. Like I
I
can
think
look at it and go,
Cole Pilkington had it right during is it the Moaning of Life or is it no? It's an Idiot Abroad
"Is
when
an
he
idiot
goes to
abroad?" I think
America
it
and
was.
he goes to the art exhibition and he just goes, "There's a load of blocks on the floor there," and you're going, "That's art, is it?" Yeah, look, it's a load of bollocks. Yeah, because it art is in the eye of the beholder. So
Yeah.
there's no one set of art for any one set of person. Don't know why it'd be a set of person, but that's a sentence I've just made up.
I
But
can't remember where it was. There was an art museum somewhere. It was a modern art museum, and they were getting building work done.
is it the
It
Modern
could have been
Tonks?
Ireland. It could have been somewhere in the UK or something. It could have been America. I really don't know where it is. Somebody's gonna have to look it up, but it definitely happened. And the builders were building, and they went out on their lunch break, and one of the builders, when they were on their way back in, they had tinfoil wrapped their tinfoil their sandwiches, and they crumpled up the tinfoil ball and put it onto a seat in one of the rooms where the art exhibitions was,
Did you
and
forget
then
about it?
one of the other builders went along and stood in front of it for a few minutes, just looking at it, and walked away. And there was loads of people started looking at this for the entire day before people realised that it wasn't actually an artwork.
It was
It
just some
was,
geezer's rubbish.
yeah, it was just somebody's rubbish left on a chair, and
I would
like
have,
the builders done it on purpose to try and wind them up. Like,
I would have gone over at the end to, like, when people go, "How much is that?" I'll give you £4 million for that. I would have went
yeah,
over and went, "Yeah, that's £1 million, pal," and then we just get rid of the corned beef off it. £1 million. Like it's
I was in the MoMA in New York. It's the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and one of the exhibitions was like an office desk with one of those pen holder things, the desk tidies, just
hmm,
turned on its side with the pencils spilt out on the desk.
yeah.
That
I
was
I went to
I
school. Right, I
yeah.
went to school, believe it or not, and
Did you?
basically what they did is they got all the kids in the year, and they just got this massive canvas that if you went to the corner, you could pull down, and it would tilt the entire canvas, and depending
Yeah.
on where you went, and we just chucked a load of marbles on it, and we just tilted it down in random directions. And I swear to God, there's art that looks better than some of the shite that I've seen in some modern art museums.
Like Jackson Pollock.
What about him? What?
Jackson Pollock, he's an artist. And his just looks like he hung up a paint sheet after he decorated a room.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
all
make
it's the one,
sense
do you
to
know, the
me.
one with all the flicky splashes all
Oh
over
yes,
the.
I've just
Yeah,
googled what it
that's
looks like.
Jackson Pollock.
This
Yeah.
is he's gone to because we did this in reception, and this is what we created. Like this is, in fact, I've had diarrhea that looks better than this
Mm.
because that's
The
got like
whole it's just
it's got more
like
colours
that's
in
what I
it.
mean. Like classic art where they've done like an actual picture of something is fine. I can accept
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I understand it. It's like that's a picture of that building over there. Look, it looks like the building. Somebody's after drawing that. They're really good at drawing. I think a photograph is better, but somebody's gone to the effort of drawing it. Like that's fine.
Okay, right.
But modern art, I don't understand.
Right, everyone knows you can look at an art piece of art in any museum and you go that looks amazing. You go wow, look at that. That's history. That is you're looking through it, and everyone will go and they'll all look at it and they'll look at it for 30 seconds and they'll walk on to the next picture, do the same thing. But if you got a naked woman covered the front of her in paint, stuck her against the canvas, men would stare at that canvas for a good 20 minutes before moving on.
Yep.
So surely that is better art than some of the shite that comes out these days. Let's face it, it's true.
Yeah.
But you would look because you'd look for where the nipples were. You wouldn't. You'd be yeah, you can see that. But anyway, yeah. So that'll do for this section. So that was random facts from around the world.
Yep.
That one was that Vincent
I'd just like to point out that I'm not delaying the podcast this week.
Well, you are
Just so you
now.
know. Shut up.
Vincent, the painter, he only
Hmm.
ever sold one painting. That was that fact. Right, gaming news. Do you want to start us off on the gaming news?
Yes.
Go on
I'm
then,
going to
because
start off with the Dell family,
as
owners
soon as he
of
gets
the
his notes up,
what?
you got your notes up from what I sent you earlier.
Yeah.
It's Dell family, right? Because I'm getting
The
mine up.
Dell family have set up bank account or no, they're donating $250 to 80% of the children in the US.
Which is actually quite a lot.
It's about 25 million children.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money going to children.
So
It's
basically, there's Trump branded investment accounts being started for kids in America that they can open these accounts, they can invest money in it, and it's a long term investment thing that they get the money when they're older, like when they're 18, to start their life off with it. And the Dell family are donating to all of these kids' bank accounts. They're donating $250 into it.
okay. Just so you know, 6.25 billion is how much they're
Hmm.
donating, which translates into 4.72 billion pounds, and it's tech billionaire. I don't know. Yeah, Michael Dell. I was going to say
Yeah.
Michelle then, and then I realised it says and his wife Susan. So it's Michael Dell. So we don't know.
Yeah, it's 2025. It could be Michelle and Susan.
It could be. Is he still CEO of Dell? I'm just going to
I'm not
quickly
sure.
Michael Dell. Yeah, he's still CEO of Dell, but it says it's his name, so I don't know if they've donated it privately or if it's the actual Dell company that's donating it. But anyway, go on,
Um,
carry on, Sporker.
Well, he's worth himself. His personal fortune is $150 billion. So I think it's just himself,
It
not the
could be
company,
because I don't think he would miss it. Um,
because he's also been quoted as saying that they're hoping that more philanthropists and employers will make similar commitments,
see,
so
to
that there'll be
me,
more money
there's
going to the kids.
the big issue with this thing to me is the fact that he's not giving the children $250. He's
No, he's
it,
investing in their future.
yeah, that's where the issue because stock markets rise and fall. Like
Yeah, but there's what's known as safe investments.
yeah, but you can
They
still
don't.
lose all the money.
You can lose all the money, but they're sort of it's for kids under 10, and apparently they're not going to get the money until they're like 18 or 21.
No, yeah, I get that. But
So, I mean, I've had investments over the last few years as well, and some of them have performed, some of them didn't perform. But because of the length of time that they were invested in, it's a very, very low risk of them ever losing money.
yeah, but those low risk one wouldn't really. So we've got something called global inflation. That's a thing that
Yeah.
happens in the world. When I was working before, I would
Hmm.
put more than that into my private pension pot, which then gets invested.
Yeah.
And I made something like 30p a year on it. So it's only they're gonna make like an extra dollar off it. So it's not really giving them loads of chance. And then with global inflation and stuff like that, by the time they get to 18, if they're 9 years old now, and then they reach 18, it's still a good thing. Like it's good as give 250 pounds. Don't get me wrong on that, but it's not going to give them a massive start in life. Also, if it's an investment, when they do hit 18, the first thing that's going to happen is it'll be taxed.
It depends. Only sometimes when it's put in investment accounts, I don't know whether it works in America, but investment accounts over here, your initial investment isn't usually taxed. It's usually just the profits that you get from it over a
No,
certain amount.
it's being taxed. I just read it here. Authorized by Congress as part of its tax and spending bill. So it is
That's
going to
just
be
the
taxed.
investment accounts.
Yeah, but it'll be treated as any other investment account, so it'll be taxed.
I don't
It's
know
just
how taxation works in general. Never mind
yeah.
American tax system.
I'm pretty sure that it'll be taxed when they hit 18. So they better learn how to do their I don't what's it called
Oh
the
yeah, and as part of the
IRS there.
scheme, babies born between 2025 and 2028 are also eligible to receive $1,000 from the government.
Yeah, which is that one's good as well. But so it look
Yeah, but
so
I think this Michael Dell guy, I think he's trying to kickstart it that all of these like multi-billionaires in
he's trying
America
to
will start
he's,
giving a little bit back to the middle classes.
no, he's trying to
So
kickstart a US basically stock exchange inflation, which will essentially boost their economy while screwing everybody else over. So
yeah,
that's what that is. It's trying to just pump money back into America to get their stock exchanges up. Because if it's all being invested, it's going to increase the value of American companies by $6.5 billion or whatever it is.
yeah, but with
That's what's
globalization
happening
and
there.
investments, it's not just going to be American companies that it's invested in.
We don't know. They haven't actually like they're probably
They're
all
not going.
investing into Dell.
They're not going to invest in like things that aren't likely to perform. They'll only invest in stuff that's likely to either stay steady or perform slightly
Like I
better.
say, it really wouldn't surprise me if they invested back into Dell. But yeah, so
No,
that's
probably
that
not.
article that they've given a
Yep.
load of money to kids. It's a really good thing in some aspects. Some
Yeah.
aspects, it sounds like Trump's just made a load of stuff up and he's gonna, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm going to skip two of these articles now because like I say, we are
Yeah.
massively over time,
Let's just do the
and
big one.
I'm going to do the Nvidia plays down
Yeah.
Google AI chip threats. So the reason this is really big news, as soon as I get my notes back up for this, in case people are wondering, I have 8 separate sets of notes, which I have to
Yeah.
flip between the two, just so I
Don't know
can
why he
stop.
has that many sets of notes, but go ahead.
But each one of those screenshots that I send you needs its own separate notes on because when I do the actual videos and shorts, I need to make sure it's cited, and otherwise it just gets really confusing. So no, it's just brought up the Chinese factory. I don't want that one. Let me
No, we
get
don't
the
want that one.
correct notes up.
No, no,
Right.
no, no, no.
So basically, this one is Nvidia has claimed it's a generation ahead of rivals in artificial intelligence. Mm. Industry amid growing suggestions that rivals may emerge to threaten its market dominance and multi-trillion-dollar valuation. Some avid listeners might remember a few weeks ago we talked about how Nvidia was the first $4 trillion company, which is
Yeah.
insane. Um, sorry, valued at $5 trillion company. Uh, so what's happening here though is
Yeah, but it's only 3.8 trillion in pounds, so
yeah, yeah.
just doesn't
So
sound as impressive.
basically, Nvidia is the only platform which runs AI model, which runs every AI model and does it everywhere computing is done. Which good for them. Well
Yeah.
done. I'm sure other places can do it, but a lot of places don't because it needs a lot of technology behind it. However, recently Amazon and Microsoft have announced they also have AI chips in development. An AI chip
Yep.
is that's a Intel's Ultra 245KF. If anyone knows about processors, that is a essentially an AI chip. It's a chip that's been made specifically to boost AI technologies in computers and laptops and stuff. It uses the new LGA 1851 socket set, I think. Don't hold me to that, but so that would be an AI chip because it's meant for AI and stuff like that. And Nvidia also has the AI. The reason why this is a really big news thing though is because Nvidia basically supplies chips to the likes of Samsung and phones in general.
LG,
LG, yeah. So
Hyundai.
to phones and stuff in general. So if all of a sudden other places like Amazon and Microsoft start making these AI chips, it means that they can start supplying the chips to phones and laptops and other companies, which would then bring the stock market price down, which means Nvidia wouldn't be worth as much because it would create more competition. So yes, Nvidia, of course, they're going to say, no, we're still ahead of everyone. We're amazing. There's no threat.
Yeah.
Because for them to admit there is a threat is just going to screw them up. Google still they're at the moment they've got a contract with Nvidia for technology and stuff. So they're Chromebooks and whatever. Would you? My phone is now loading up the Google thing. Stop it, phone. So it's just connected to my hearing aids. Uh, I forgot. It's made me lose my trip. Stupid phones. This is why you should never buy a Samsung. Um, yeah, I actually love my phone. But yeah, so Facebook and other places are making their own AI chips. Google wants to work with all of them, which
Well,
means
Meta plan to spend millions on AI
yes,
chips developed by Google.
I was getting to that. Meta uses Meta Horizons, which can be like virtual reality and AI. So ChatGPT, I think, is partly embedded into Meta Horizons as well. But it's AI software, so it can predict using AI algorithms and all that sort of random crap. But so it's a big story because it's going to change who dominates the market. Because at the moment, Nvidia are very much dominating. It used to be
Yeah.
AMD, now it's Nvidia, and that can change again over the next coming years. Just because of this whole, everyone else is making it, but Nvidia seems to think that they're still the big boys of the pond. That's that story. So that's Nvidia has plays down Google chip threat concerns. There's not really a concern. I'm not concerned about it. I don't know if you're
No.
concerned about it, Sporker.
No, I'm just looking forward to when McCain bring out their AI chips.
Yeah. So they're the
They'll go into
they've
the
already
air
got them.
fryer by themselves.
They've already got them. It's the alphabet potato things.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, that will do for the podcast. So everyone that
Yep.
has been watching, will watch, can watch, and possibly watch, thank you very much for watching. Remember to check this out on Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon as well, which I always forget to say at the start. Or whatever podcast platform you like to listen to, because we do go across multiple different things.
Yep.
Remember to check out our Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, X. I don't even know if the account transferred over to X. I know we had
I
Twitter.
think it is. I think when you go to Twitter, it just automatically goes to X.
And definitely look at our YouTube. Remember to subscribe and follow and hit that little like button. And if you join us on Discord, have a chat with Sporker. And remember,
Yep.
you can also talk to us. No, you can also donate to us on Streamlabs. So yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much for listening. I've been Lonesism.
And I've been Spork.